Hey there folks, this is Pop Culture, I'm Alex Pop, and episode 7 of Ahsoka, titled Dreams and Madness, has dropped on Disney+. Beware, this review contains spoilers. This is probably going to be my shortest review for one of the episodes in this series, so to summarize in one word, I thought that the penultimate episode of the show was fun. That's about the highest praise I can give it. It's not deep or awe-inspiring like Part 5 was, but it is certainly fun. Out of the 7 episodes so far, I'd say it sits smack dab in the middle, below parts 1, 4, and 5, and above parts 2, 3, and 6. The first positive thing I'll say is that it was great to see that after her revival in part 5, Ahsoka has gotten back a part of her wisecracking self that she was in the Clone Wars. We see the most of this when she's in the cockpit with Huyang. And there were other simple things that made me smile as a Star Wars fan, like the pleasantly surprising appearance of C-3PO coming before the Senate to deliver Leia's defense of Hera Syndulla. Call it a cheap fan service cameo, but I thought it worked. This episode may have also had the best action in the show. Ahsoka flying through the space minefield, and Sabine and Ezra taking on the Nomads were both crazy exciting scenes. I think my favorite part of this episode is when Sabine tries to give Ezra a weapon, and he refuses both a blaster and his own lightsaber, saying that the Force is his ally, and he proceeds to fight with just the Force and his bare hands. In the 12 years that Ezra has spent stranded on Peridea, he's had nothing to do all this time but just meditate on the Force and grow in it, to the point where he's like, it's all I need. I like that. I got a chuckle, too, out of the bit when Ezra ducks just as Shin Hati swings her lightsaber at him, and it singes a few hairs on his head. There were 2 things about this episode that were certainly unexpected to me. The first was Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati parting ways when they find Ezra and Sabine. Baylan tells Shin that her ambition has her set on a different path than him, so once she kills Ezra and Sabine, she must take her place in the new Empire, while he goes away and does who knows what. I guess this means that even though Baylan believed that this new empire needed to happen, it was a necessary evil that he still couldn't bring himself to be a part of. But now it seems in question if Baylan is going to be in the final episode. The last we know of him is that he disappeared off of Thrawn's radar, and I have to say it was a little underwhelming that right before Baylan leaves, we get round 2 between him and Ahsoka, and nothing more comes of it. This would be especially disappointing if this really is the last we see of him, because for such a great antagonist, he really deserves some closure. Now maybe he will be in the finale, or maybe Dave Filoni had other plans for him, perhaps for that movie he's directing centered around the New Republic, but if so, those plans may be in jeopardy given the unfortunate passing of Ray Stevenson, so that I'm anxious about. The other thing I didn't expect was the way it ended. To the credit of the episode, it was the first time in the series when I really felt the threat that Thrawn poses, seeing what a brilliant strategist he is. Once the Night Sisters alert him that Ahsoka has arrived, he's able to anticipate every single move she might make and plan ahead for each, and by the end, he assures Morgan Elsbeth that Ahsoka has lost valuable time, and in turn has given them more time to get off Peridea. Anyone would think that this episode would end on the ominous note of Thrawn completing the cargo transfer and getting away to invade Sky River Galaxy again. But instead, the last scene is Ahsoka getting a reunion of her own with Ezra, they prepare to head back and face Thrawn again, and then rather suddenly the episode ends and I was like, oh, that's it? Ending the penultimate episode on such a cheerful note makes me think that we're headed for an Infinity War-like depressing ending to this series, setting the stage for that New Republic movie that's in the works. Whatever the case, Part 7 was an enjoyable, action-packed episode, and I look forward to talking about the finale. That's a wrap, thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this review, and be sure to let me know what you thought of Part 7 of Ahsoka in the comments below. Like and share, subscribe for more. This is Pop Culture, I'm Alex Pop.